This is the this is the tale of Oedipus and his city. His city is on fire. There's a lot of disease, a lot of bad things happening. It's cursed, you know, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, let's get this party started. Yeah.
O my children, the new blood of ancient Thebes, why are you here, huddling at my altar, praying before me, your branches wound in wool? Our city reeks with the smoke of burning incense, rings with the cries for the healer and wailing for the dead. I thought it wrong, my children, to ask for the truth from others, messengers. Here I am myself. You all know me. The world knows my fame. I am Oedipus. Speak up, old man. Your years, your dignity. You should speak for the others. Why here and kneeling? What preys upon you so? Some sudden fear, some strong desire? You can trust me. I'm here to help. I would be blind to misery, not to pity the people kneeling at my feet.
O Oedipus, king of the land, our greatest power, you see us before you now, men of all ages clinging at your altar. Here are boys still too weak to fly from the nest, and here are the old, bowed down with years of the holy ones, a priest of Zeus myself, and here the picked unmarried men, the hope of Thebes and all the rest. Your great family gathers now, branches unwreathed, messing in the squares, kneeling before the two temple of the Queen Athena, or the river shrine where the embers glow and die of Apollo, who sees the future in the ashes. Our city, look around you, see with your own eyes. Our ship pitches wildly, cannot lift her head from the depths. In the red waves of death, Thebes is dying. A blight of fresh crops and rich pastures. Cattle sicken and die, and women die in labor. Children stillborn in the plague of a fiery god fevers and hurls down on our city. His lightning slashing through us, raging plague, and all of its vengeance and deceiving. The house of Camnus, in black death, luxuriates in the raw, wailing mysteries of Thebes. We pray in you now. You cannot equal the gods, your children know that. Bending at your altar, but we do rate first of your men, both in common crises of life and face-to-face encounters with the gods. You freed us from the Sphinx, and you came to Thebes. You cut us loose from the bloody tributes we paid, and that the harsh, brutal singer. We taught you nothing, no skill, no knowledge, and you still trumpet. Our God was with you, so they say, and we believed it. We lifted you from our lives. So now, Oedipus the King, we bend from you into your power. We implore you, all of us on our knees, find strength to rescue. Perhaps you've heard of the voice of the gods or other men. Oedipus, what do you know? The men of experience, you see it every day, his plans to work through the crises. First of all, act now, we beg you, best of men, raise up our city, act and defend us. Your former glory, our country calls on you a savior now, for our zeal action years ago. Never let us remember of your reign. You helped us stand, only to fall once more. Oh, raise up our city set on our feet. The omens were good that day. You brought us joy. Be the same man today. Rule our land. You know you have the power, but rule our land living and not a wasteland. Shipped towards the city or nothing, stripped of the men, alive within, living all at once.
My children, I pity you. I see. How could I fail to see what longings bring you here? Well, I know you are all sick to death, all of you, but sick as you are, not one sick as I. Your pain strikes each of you, alone, each in the confines of himself, no other. But my spirit grieves for the city, for myself and all of you. I wasn't asleep, dreaming. You haven't wakened me. I wept through the nights. You must know that. Groping, laboring over many paths of thought. After a painful search, I found one cure. I acted at once. I sent Creon, my wife's own brother, to Delphi, Apollo the prophet's oracle. to learn what I might do or say to save our city. Today's the day. When I count the days gone by, it torments me. What is he doing? Strange. He's late. He's gone too long. But once he returns, then I'll be a traitor if I do not do all the God makes clear. Crown, my prince, my kingsman, what message do you bring us from the god?
Good news. I told you even the hardest things to bear, if they should turn out well, all would be well.
Of course, but what were the god's words? There's hope and nothing to fear in what you've said so far.
If you want my report in the presence of these people, I'm ready now, or we might go inside.
Speak to us all. I grieve for these, my people, far more than I fear for my own life.
Very well. I will tell you what I heard from the god Apollo commands us. He was quite clear. Drive the corruption from the land. Don't harbor it any longer. Past all cure. Don't nurse it in your soil. Root it out.
How can we cleanse ourselves? What rights? What's the source of the trouble?
Banish the man, or pay black hood blood with blood. Murder sets the plague storm on the city.
Who's murdered? Whose fate does Apollo bring to this?
Our leader, my lord, was once a man named Laius, before you came and put us straight on course.
I know, or so I've heard. I've never seen the man myself.
Well, he was killed, and Apollo commands us now. He could not be more clear. Pay the killers back, whoever is responsible.
Where on earth are they? Where to find it now? The trail of ancient guilt so hard to trace.
Here in Thebes, he said. Whatever is sought for can be caught, you know. Whatever is neglected slips away.
But where? In the palace? The fields or foreign soil? Where did Laius meet his bloody death?
He went to consult an oracle, Apollo said, and he set out and never came home again.
No messenger, no fellow traveler saw what happened, no one to cross-examine?
No, they were all killed but one. He escaped, terrified. He could tell us nothing clearly, nothing of what he saw, just one thing.
What's that? One thing could hold the key to it all, a small beginning, give us grounds for hope.
He said thieves attacked them, a whole band, not single-handed, cut King Laius down.
A thief, so daring, so wild he'd kill a king? Impossible unless conspirators paid him off in Thebes.
We suspected as much, but when Laius died, no leader appeared to help us with our troubles.
Trouble? Your king was murdered, royal blood. What stopped you from tracking down the killer then and there?
The singing, riddling Sphinx. She persuaded us to let the mystery go and concentrate on what lay at our feet.
No, I'll start again. I'll bring it all to light myself. Apollo is right, and so are you, Crown, to turn our attention back to the murdered man. So now you have me to fight for you. You'll see. I am the land's avenger by all rights, and Apollo's champion too. But not to assist some distant kingsman, no, but for my own sake I'll rid us of this corruption. Whoever killed the king may decide to kill me too, with the same violent hand. By avenging Laius, I defend myself. Quickly, my children, up from the steps, take up your branches now. Once one of you summon the city before us, tell them I'll do everything. God help us, we will see our triumph or our fall.
Rise, my sons, the kindness we came for. Oedipus volunteers himself. Apollo sent us his word, his oracle. Come down, Apollo, save us, stop the plague.
Of course.
Zeus, great welcome, voice of Zeus, what do you bring? What word from the gold vaults of Delhi comes brilliant Thebes? Racked up in terror, terror shakes my heart, and I cry your wild cries, Apollo, healer of Delos. I worship you in dread. What now? What is your price? Some new sacrifice? Some ancient rite from the past come round again each spring? What will you bring to birth? Tell me, child of golden hope, warm voices that never die. You are the first I call, daughter of Zeus, deathless Athena. I call you, sister of Artemis, heart in marketplace adorned in glory. Guardian of our earth, I call Apollo, archer astride the thunderheads of hell. O triple shield against death, shine before me now. If ever once in the past you stopped to ruin some launch against our walls, you hurtled the flame of pain far, far from Thebes. You gods, come on now, come down once more. The misery numberless, grief on grief, no end, too much to bear. We are all dying, O my people, Thebes, like a great army dying, and no sword of thought to save us. No, and the fruits from our famous earth, they are not ripening, and no, women cannot scream in their pangs to birth, screams to heal her, child death in the womb, and life goes down. You can watch them go like seabirds winging west, out tracing the fires of death down the horizontal, irresistibly streaking on the shores of evening death. So many deaths, numberless deaths on deaths. No end. Thebes is dying. Look now, children, stripped of pity, generations strewn on the ground, unburied, unwept, the death spreading dead, and the young weaves, great-haired mothers, cling on the altars, trailing, and all over a city, Thebes, city of death, no longer, and surfing rises, wails of mercy rises, and the wild hymns of the hill blazes out, clashing with our sobs and crying of mourning. Our golden daughter of God, send us rescue, radiant as kindness in your eyes. Drive him back, the fever of God's death, the raging war of God, a marred bronze, not shielded now, he burns me, battle cries is, in the onslaught of burning, I rout him from our borders, sell him, blast him, out to the sea of queens, chambered in the black Atlantic gulfs, and no northern harbor, death to all, where surfs come crashing, now that the night spares, he comes day and day's killing, on God on earth. O Lord, storm cloud, to twirl lightning, Zeus the Father, thunder, to nothing, Apollo, Lord of light, I beg you, whip out your long bow, golden cord, showering arrows, and on our enemies, shafts to power, champions strong, before us unrushing now, Artemis huntress, torches flaring over the east ridge bridges, ride death down in pain, God of headdress, gleaming glow, I cry to you, your name, hours of on, Dionysus, come down, your face inflamed with wine, your raving woman cries, your army on the march, come with your lightning and torches blazing ablaze with glory, burn the gods' death, all gods' hate.
You pray to the gods? Let me grant your prayers. Come, listen to me. Do what the plague demands. You'll find relief and lift your head from the depths. I will speak out now as a stranger to the story, a stranger to the crime. If I'd been present then, there would have been no mastery, no long hunt without a clue in hand. So now, counted a native Theban years after the murder, to all of Thebes I make this proclamation. If any of you knows who murdered Laius, the son of Labdacus, I order him to reveal the whole truth to me. Nothing to fear, even if he must denounce himself, let him speak up and so escape the brunt of the charge. He will suffer no unbearable punishment, nothing worse than exile, totally unharmed. Next, if anyone knows the murderer is a stranger, a man from alien soil, come, speak up. I will give him a handsome reward, and lay up gratitude in my heart for him besides. But if you keep silent, if anyone panicking, trying to shield himself or friend or kin, rejects my offer, then hear what I will do. I order you, every citizen of the state where I hold throne and power, banish this man, whoever he may be, never shelter him, never speak a word to him, never make him partner to your prayers, your victims burn to the gods. Never let the holy water touch his hands. Drive him out, each of you, from every home. He is the plague, the heart of our corruption, as Apollo's oracle has just revealed to me. So I honor my obligations. I fight for the god and for the murdered man. Now my curse on the murderer. Whoever he is, a lone man, unknown in his crime, or one among many, let that man drag out his life in agony, step by painful step. I curse myself as well. If by any chance he proves to be an intimate of our house, here at my hearth, with my full knowledge, may the curse I just called down on him strike me. These are your orders. Perform them to the last. I command you, for my sake, for Apollo's, for this country blasted root and branch and by the angry heavens. Even if God had never urged on you to act, how could you leave the crime uncleansed so long? A man so noble, your king, brought down in blood, you should have searched. But I am the king now. I hold the throne that he held then, possess his bed and a wife who shares our seed. Why, our seed might be the same. Children born of the same mother might have created blood bonds between us, if his hope of offspring had not met disaster. But fate swooped at his head and cut him short. So I will fight for him as if he were my father. Stop at nothing, search the world to lay my hands on the man who shed his blood, the son of Labdacus, descendant of Polydorus, Cadmus of old, and Agenor, founder of the line. Their power and mine are one. Oh, dear gods, my curse on those who disobey these orders. Let no crops grow out of the earth for them. Shrivel their women, kill their sons, burn them to nothing in this plague that hits us now, or something even worse. But you, loyal men of Thebes who approve my actions, may our champion, justice, may all the gods be with us, fight beside us to the end.
In the grip of the curse, my king, I swear, I am not the murderer. I cannot point him out. As for the search, Apollo pressed it on us. He should name the killer.
Quite right, but to force the gods to act against their will, no man has the power.
Then if I might mention the next best thing,
And the third best too. Don't hold back. Say it.
I still believe Lord Tiresias sees with my eyes Lord Apollo. Anyone searching for the truth, my king, might learn from the prophet, clear as day.
But I've not been slow with that. On Crayon's crew, I've sent the escorts twice within the hour. I'm surprised he isn't here.
We need him. Without him, we have nothing but old and useless rumors.
Which rumors also shout every word.
Laius was king, they say, by certain travelers.
I know, but no one can find the murderer.
If the man has trace of fear in him, he will not stay silent for long, not with the curses ringing in his ears.
He didn't flinch at murder. He'll never flinch at words. O Tiresias, master of all the mysteries of our life, all you teach and all you dare not tell, signs in the heavens, signs that walk the earth. Blind as you are, you can feel all the more what sickness haunts our city. You, my lord, are the one shield, the one savior we can find. We asked Apollo. Perhaps the messengers haven't told you. He sent his answer back. Relief from the plague can only come one way: uncover the murderers of Laius, put them to death, or drive them into exile. So I beg you, grudge us nothing now, no voice, no message plucked from the birds, no embers or other romantic ways within your grasp. Rescue yourself, your city, rescue me, rescue everything infected by the dead. We are in your hands. For a man to help others with all his gifts and native strength, that is the noblest work.
How terrible to see the truth when only the truth is only pain to him who sees. I knew it well, but I put it from my mind. Else I would have never have come.
What's this? Why so grim? Why so dire?
Just send me home. You bear your burdens, I'll bear mine. It's better that way. Please believe me.
Strange response, unlawful, unfriendly too, to the state that bred and reared you. You withhold the word of God.
I fail to see that your own words are so well timed. I'd rather not have the same thing said of me.
For the love of God, don't turn away, not if you know something. We beg you, all of us on our knees.
None of you knows! And I will never reveal my dreadful secrets, not to say your own.
What? You know and you won't tell? You've been betraying us, destroying Thebes.
I'd rather not cause pain for you or me, so why this useless interrogation? You'll get nothing from me.
Nothing! You, the scum of the earth, you enrage a heart of stone. You won't talk, nothing moves you. Out with it, once and for all.
You criticize my temper, unaware. You, the one who live with, you revile me.
Who could restrain his anger hearing you? What outrage! You spurn the city.
What will come, even if I shroud it all in silence.
What will come? You're bound to tell me that.
I will say no more. Do as you like. Build your anger to whatever pitch you please. Raise your worst.
Oh, I'll let loose. I have such fury in me. Now I see it all. You hatched the plot. You did the work. Yes, short of killing him with your own hands. And given eyes, I'd say you did the killing single-handed.
Is that so? I charge you then, submit to that decree. You just lay down from this day onward, speak to no one, not to these citizens, not to myself. You are the curse, the corruption of the land.
You shameless! Aren't you appalled to start up a store? You think you can get away with this?
The truth with all its power lives inside me.
Who primed you for this? Not a prophet's trade.
You did. You forced me. You twisted it out of me.
What? Say it again, I'll understand it better.
Didn't you understand just now? Or are you tempting me to talk?
No, I can't say I grasped your meaning. Out with it again.
I say, you are the murderers that you hunt.
That obscenity. Twice? By God, you'll pay!
Shall I say no more? So you can really rage?
Much as you want, your words are nothing futile.
You cannot imagine, I tell you. You and your loved ones live together infinitely. You cannot see how far you've gone in guilt.
You think you can keep this up and never suffer?
Indeed. If the truth has any power.
It does, but not for you, old man. You've lost your power, stone blind, stone deaf, senses, eyes blind as a stone.
I pity you, flinging at me the very insults each man here will fling at you soon.
Blind, lost in the night, endless night that nursed you. You can't hurt me or anyone else who sees the light. You can never touch me.
True. It is not your fate to fall at my hands. Apollo is quiet enough.
Crayon, is this conspiracy his or yours?
Crayon is not your downfall. No, you are your own.
Oh, power, wealth and empire, skill outstripping skill in the heavy rivalries of life. What envy lurks inside you? Just for this, the crown the city gave me. I never sought it. They laid it in my hands. For this crown, the soul of my trust, my loyal friend from the start, steals against me. So hungry to overthrow me, he sets this wizard on me. This scheming quack. This fortune teller peddling lies, eyes peeled for his own profit, seer blind in his craft. Come here, you pious fraud, tell me, when did you ever prove yourself a prophet? When did the Sphinx, that chanting fury, kept her death watch here? Why silent then? Not a word to set our people free. There was a riddle, not for some passerby to solve. It cried out for a prophet. Where were you? Did you rise to the crisis? Not a word. You and your birds, your gods, nothing. No, but I came by. Oedipus the ignorant. I stopped the Sphinx. With no help from the birds, the flight of my own intelligence hit the mark. And this is the man you'd try to overthrow? You think you'd stand by Crown when he's king? You and the great mastermind, you'll pay in tears, I promise you, for this witch hunt. If you didn't look so senile, the lash would teach you what your scheming means.
You are king, no doubt, but in one respect, at least, I am your equal. The right to reply. I claim that privilege too. I am not your slave, I serve Apollo. I don't need Creon to speak for me in public. You mock my blindness? Let me tell you this. You with your precious eyes, you're blind to the corruption of your life, to the house you live in, and those you live with. Who are your parents? Who are your parents? Do you know, all unknowing? You are the scourge of your own flesh and blood. The dead below the earth are living here above, and the double lash of your mother and father's curse will whip you from this land one day, their footfall treading you down in terror, the darkness shrouding your eyes that now can see the light. Soon you'll hear screams aloud. What heaven you won't reverberate? What rock of Crathion won't scream back in echo? That day where you learned the truth about your marriage. The wedding march that sang you into your halls. And the lust voyage home to the fatal harbor. And a crowd of other horrors you'll never dream will level you with yourself and all your children. There, now smear us with insults. Crayon, myself, and every word I said. No man will ever be rooted from the earth as brutally as you.
Enough! Such filth from him, insufferable. What? Still alive? Get out, faster, back where you came from. Vanish!